Greetings, YouTube. It's Sabine Parish in Louisiana. Don't be a Buddhist. Like many parents, we were deeply concerned when our son CC began getting sick to his stomach on the way to school each morning. At first, we thought he had fallen ill. We soon found out a far more disturbing truth, that our son, a Buddhist of Thai descent, was afraid to go to school because his teacher was chastising him in front of his peers for his Buddhist faith. As we dug deeper, we discovered that our son's 6th grade curriculum at Nagreet High, unusual to think 6th grade is considered a high school, but I guess it is, included extreme religious indoctrination. The school itself was covered in religious icons, Christian prayer was incorporated into nearly every school event, and our son's teacher routinely preached her biblical belief to students with the and tested the children on their piety with exam questions such as this one, isn't it amazing what the blank has made, with many, many exclamation points. When our son failed to answer the religious question like this correctly, the answer was Lord. His teacher mocked him for his beliefs. Now, this is quoting Scott and Sharon Lane, who are the parents of CC. His actual name is being held for privacy's sakes. And the ACLU has got itself involved here. So this is a for real suit. This is not just people complaining emptily on a blog somewhere. Lawyers are now involved. I believe that the school has declined to discuss this. If this in fact is true, that there is a teacher that is asking students questions like that and is leading students in prayer, and that there are numerous religious icons at the school, that is a clear violation of the Establishment Clause from the First Amendment. Remember, the First Amendment says the government cannot establish a religion. You cannot endorse a religion. The federal government and the state government must be neutral as far as religion is concerned, not supporting nor chastising any particular faith in the world. But this is America, where 78% of Americans self-identify as some variety of Christian, and apparently in Sabine Parish, Louisiana, at the Nagreet High, that particular branch seems to be of the fundamentalist variety, and a rather strong strain of it, apparently. Actually, a public school teacher asking students about, questions about her particular slant on religion, Jesus Christ, the Lord. This teacher, of course, should be booted from the school. The school administration should be either replaced or put under some kind of observation. There is no way that these people should be allowed to continue in this particular behavior. All of the religious icons of the school should be removed, and all of the religious instruction that is being put upon students or incorporated into events needs to be removed. This is a public school being paid for by public tax dollars. It needs to be a secular entity. It's something that I've never quite grasped, that people seem to really not get, that the separation of church and state is the best thing for both the church and the state. All the theists out there, do you want the state deciding what your religious beliefs are, dictating what you yourself should or should not do as far as your faith is concerned? The answer to that question, of course, is no. You do not want the government dictating what your religion is. And if you really don't want them, then you need to make sure that no one in the government is putting forth a particular religious worldview, such as apparently this teacher is, and the school administration seems to be turning a blind eye if they are in fact not actively endorsing this behavior. It's just amazing. People always seem to think that if you combine church and state, it's going to be the church and state that they want, seeming to forget that there are hundreds of varieties of Christianity. I believe there's over 200 editions of the Bible, different translations, different versions, and no one can agree amongst what the book they're referring to is, let alone how to use that particular reference. I'm not saying that you can't use it metaphorically in your own personal life. If you want to do it, cool, but don't go forcing your religious beliefs upon a captive audience, which is what students are, particularly seeing it's a public school and it's a violation of the Establishment Clause. This may be disturbing to some people, but a teacher is the voice of the government. They are the face and the voice of the government, just as the police are the troops of the government. Well, you don't want the voice of the government preaching at people. That's just scary, and we need to avoid that at all costs. And I've actually heard a couple of articles about this over the past month or so. This is the one that was the most recent. I think it's from the 6th. But I'm looking forward to hearing what happens in this case when it finally shakes out. Does the school back down? Do they actually have to get sued for real? Who knows what's going to happen? But this teacher definitely needs to be booted. She has no business teaching children because she cannot separate her religious belief outside of school from her duty as a teacher to students of all different faiths. Now, most of her students may be Christian. That's fine. But not all of her students are. And she must not indoctrinate students. That is a violation of the First Amendment. And to me, it's clear as glass. And I'm always amazed that some people find that confusing.